What's up, guys? And in today's video, we are back with What If Civilization Started Over? But it genuinely started over again. So, so yeah, just saying, just have to start over because I lost the map. Actually, I didn't lose it. I just ruined it. Guys, this is what I did, and I can't go back. I can't go back. I made the red team and the blue team a union. So, guys, say goodbye to this map, and we're starting fresh. Alright, enough goodbyes. I freaking hate that map. Alright, so, it's gonna be happening is, yeah, we're just gonna start in Arabia. So, the red team starts up as, well, this tiny little dot in, well, Arabia. And it's, like, expands, expand. Wait, is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. There are 21 pixels in there. So I wonder how much the red team's pixels are. So the red team is about all of that. And it's like 50 years in the future or 100 years in the future. First leader is dead. Sense. And they stop expanding, they start exploring. Um, uh, yeah, they wrap around here. This is like a very short passage, so that's why they find that island. And there's a lot of world to be figured out. So they stay along the coast and go up this coast. Like they try to stay along the coast. They need to go in a little bit, but because genuinely all they want to do is like this. Uh, Um, so yeah. Uh I can't speak, bro. Yeah, they find a lot of worlds. That's all they really know. And they also like go inside of it. So she said. Um and yeah. They just you just like you see this little thing that's just desert. And they don't want to get too far from the coast. And then they're like, alright, priority, just get up. They don't like look at the guitar, but they do like find the other thing. The fact that this island is a country, it's wrong. Brain, yeah, brain. Yes, that island's a country, not it's part of Saudi Arabia, part of the Qatar. And yeah, they explore up there, and they notice it's cold. And then they go down here, and they notice it's hot. So they're like, hmm. There's desert up here, but not like up there. It's not really getting less deserty. There's still desert, but just like more cold. So their exploration completely stops over here, and well, they also find all of Qatar and start to move up to Kuwait on this little island. And they keep following the coast, but they realize they're like way too far. They have to stop, and they decide to just, I don't know, go up. So they expand out, and yeah. And then the red team's like, all right, let's claim some land. So they start to claim land. And since they're claiming land, they could also explore this area. They could explore this area. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. They find this sorry for the background if you guys hear it. Mom's watching a movie. What she's watching. 20's too big. We're still at the 5 stage. 20. Look how big 20 is compared to the country. Like, it does all of that. And so we're gonna go with 10, which has a lot of pixels. Probably 42 pixels. Like half. They really want to take this land. They say frick Qatar. Qatar's like, and then they do the same like explored land thing where they like, skip over Qatar. And the red team is long and lengthy. And then they're like, hey, keep putting exploration up here. So we're putting exploration up here. And well, it goes amazing actually. They say it's beautiful, it's colder, it's all nice. And it starts to go like inward to see if it's like hotter. And that's when they find out it's hot down here. No one wants to be down here really, except for the people that are used to it. So they're all hot and sweaty, and they think on an island. The red team's like, we're not on the island. Check it out then. They have to go full fledged everywhere to maybe find a bit of water. You notice it's more like, like soily here or less desert, more like kind of thing. They're like, is this water? This is, yeah, I told you we were on an island. They kind of are like a massive island, like a really massive island, aka called a continent. Continent. And they're like, you guys were right. So now we get to the age of 15, where people can live up to 15. Yes, their leaders are 15. Their leaders are actually 12. So, yeah. But now we go back to the age of 10, where leaders are 9. They go down this. They find this little island, or no, ocean. Not little. This is a very important ocean in the real life world. And they stop at Africa because it's getting a little hot. All right. The red team's like, all right, guys, gotta keep expanding. So they're like, Okay. Alright. I don't know what I'm gonna call the series. It's just Wixo. I know you guys might be getting bored of Wixo, but who cares? Alright. So the red team's like, alright, we need to stretch out. No, 22 is big. 20 is too big. People who live up to 20, they are certified unks. People who live up to 15, they're like, ooh, 15, you're old. That's how bad it is. There are a bunch of diseases and not medicine at all. The red team is like more focused on like exploring. They're like, man, you need to take this area. They're like, oh, whoa, a sea. I wonder if it's connected to the outside sea. We'll soon figure out it's encased. Oh, I forgot this board. And I forgot that board. Shoot. Okay. Alright. It's my fault. Alright, so yeah, they just explore Caspian, eventually reaching around the other side. And yeah, so this is what they know what the world looks like. This includes like eyesight spots. So I don't know why I have two B. Yeah. And the red team's like, okay, it's time to colonize. Or no, time to take some land. They what the? They take it pretty slowly. Like literally slowly. They want to go up here to the Caspian. That just look weird. And they're not. Oh, we're at the age of 20. I forgot. So they could go to the Caspian. Oh, but they are gonna be hard stops because mountains. And the red team just starts to spearhead over. And this is where the time where it's like, gosh, red, you're you're kind of like they're kind of neglecting the down area because it's full of desert, and then that's when like they don't want this land to break away. So so yeah, and then they're like, that's not enough. They kind of say it like secretly so they don't know. So then some crazy people are like, you know what? Let's just form our own country if we're there. They don't care about us. So the blue team, kind of like how Ada did it, but it's like literally almost how Ada did it. But the blue team will just break away. Yes, they will own this tip little thing. And the red team is like, what the? Alright. The blue team is like, let's go. So they go up this coast. What do you mean? What do I mean, bro? Go up this coast. What coast are going inside the desert? And they just take large parts of it. Um, and they also like they're friendly with the red team because they're like, thank you for granting us our independence. They're actually grateful. I'm gonna like a little bit of food. And this is like the time where rafts were invented. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I think a human could swim through this, but they're just gonna be exhausted when they land. But now, since rafts are invented and paddles, they could get this easy. We're gonna land up in here. And there's a lot of rafts coming in. And, take this little island. Good. And, well, I'm just eating kind of like, I don't know if it's rice, but scoosh goosh. No, that's not it. Scoosh goosh is more like fuzzy. That sounds weird. Alright. Not weird in that way, you freaky freaksters. But like sounds like fuzzy. Really? And Arabia is like, yeah. I don't know why I'm still using 20 on the desert. They're still in the desert. I need to know that. And they're not finding this island for a while. Y'all best believe that, bro. And well, they are. They're just. They're just going in, spearhead fully in, because they know the desert. They know the desert terrain. They know it's hard. They know it's hot. They're all sweating. It's about a time. Like at this time, clothes is not really like much like they don't like inform you to put on clothes. Like, oh, you need to put on clothes. This is like illegal or something. They don't like. They just got. They probably got clothes like 50 years ago. So on this expedition, it's really like people, like men don't have like shirts on. They do have pants, but they don't have shirts on. So like they could actually bear the heat kind of. They bring large jugs of water. There's actually just one guy brings a large jug of water for like 17 people. And they just hope it doesn't evaporate. But now we have hydro flasks, Stanleys. But back then, these guys were going raw. And women, they were just going topless. They're just like, we don't care, bro. It's so hot. So, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to delete a blur. Also, like, I'm so stupid, bro. And a large area in Arabia is found in. And this goes until they find the other part of the sea, and they go like they go across this little strait, and they find land, find Africa, low-key mainland Africa. So they're gonna stretch out, and that's how much of the world is really discovered. And well, this little strip here is gonna be like, we want to form our own country. So they're gonna go and they're gonna be like, all right, let's go, come on. And they're gonna like just go wherever they can find. And they eventually not land, they eventually settle right about here. And they find all of this, a lot of this. And the yellow team is created. They take all of this, and the red team's like, we're just a little stick. We can't do nothing. Not even the strongest. They took all our. The blue team's actually the strongest. strongest in my old series and now. So the red team's gonna be like, all right, we're the oldest country, bro. We need to lock in. So they're like, all right, let's get this. Well, not so fast, cause this wants to break away now. So they're like, all right, just take it, bro. And they're like very careful on expanding because they didn't like their like massive rapid expansion. But they're gonna take some for them. Now they can't expand here as the mountain, as you know. It's kind of like here, but like it's mountainous, really mountainous. Turkey's massively mountainous, but I don't know. And the yellow team plus the red team is like, all right, we need to explore this, and explore they do as they find these islands literally just off the coast. Even this island, they still can't find Cyprus. So, and the orange team is like, okay, you need to wait. They don't have ocean access. Oh no, we don't want to expand, which they are currently doing right now. And now they're just taking up the shape of the Caspian. As the orange team is like, okay. And the yellow team's like, alright, we need to explore this whole thing. Because I wonder what's in store. I wonder what resources. Actually, I don't think they could, like, extract resources from the ground. But, like, above the ground, they definitely can. So, yeah. So they could get above ground resources like wood. And then the Caucasus Mountains stop them. They see one singular mountain and they're like, yeah, no. Which the Caucasus don't go down from all the way here. It's like about like here they start. And they go a little bit into the Caucasus. I just want to check my map. Oh no, they're way past. No, not really. But they explored a little bit in the Caucasus. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm not an expert. Used to be. And the red team's like, I need to stop saying like the red team's like, and the red team goes up the Mediterranean and starts to expand a lot. And the people are favorable in this because they're pretty like widened out country. You want to like get this claim here to stay with them, and which they're doing a terrible job at, and that causes them to not break away because they're like, what if they do something for us, you know? And they don't do anything, but they still stay because they like the economic benefits. Anyway, actually, there probably is no economic benefits. Anyway, the Treaty of Turkey. Well, they don't. They definitely don't call it Turkey, but what the? Hmm? Oh yeah, let's stop doing it. All right. They split it, and they're genuinely just stops the red team from expanding, as the red team is large, very large, and they're like, we need to lock in to find this Arabia place. They definitely don't call it Arabia. So they help the shirtless men, t-shirt guys of the blue team, and the shirtful women of the red team. Then the women of the red team starts getting less shirtful. That sounds insane. That sounds absolutely insane. If you're old enough to understand. I'm sadly old enough. No, I'm not. I'm 12. Oh, I just exposed myself, bro. But, yeah. Um, this little bridge thing, like, mm, they want to get it farther, so they need to just explore Arabia. I don't know why they haven't explored this big bump, but they're gonna. And, um, this is when everybody, like, is like, alright, our only agenda is to explore this. Even some yellow team people are like, it's hot. I don't want to be here. I remember this. I hated it. Growing up in this place. Just growing up in this area was just hard for them. And, well, red team is gonna be like, cool, no one cares. Just figure stuff out. And they figure stuff out, alright. They realize it's colder up here, and as long as there's more land, it's gonna get colder. Too much colder. So they're like all the countries are like, you know what, let's just like kinda stay down here mostly. Cause we don't like these countries don't like the cold. These two countries don't like the cold. They're favorable of the cold. A lot of the some of the population likes it, but like majority of the population hates the cold. Like probably 99%. And majority of this country, like it's like 50, it's like a 51, 49 difference. I don't know if that's correct. Yeah. That's correct. I was just explaining my math skills. I have none. All right. So they're gonna divide up Arabia, and they can get this large portion of land, which they will not fully get. And they're gonna have a little border right here because the population doesn't want that for some reason. Or is it just me telling them they don't want that? You never know. Alright. So they they yeah, they get that. They get that. Um and this country, the most unimportant country gets like the most land out of it. And the blue team's like, hey, red, my ally, my buddy. They're not allies, but the blue team just calls them ally. But my buddy, help me explore this continent. They're like, oh, we have the same one. Actually, they don't know that, but they're gonna find out soon enough. And they're like, okay, we need to go up here. We need to explore the coast. And explore the coast they do, because these two are they're far apart. So I just made them close apart. And then I just made them sea distance. Oh, now they connect. But they find this whole coastline area. That looks weird. That looks really weird for some reason. It just like goes straight down and then like a bump and a little, not a bump, but like this thing, like a little, like pretend it's a slide, right? You're going down and you go down, whoa. Then you have this thing, this this thing is like, whoa, and then you're like back, and then you go down, and then it's like, wow. It's weird. It's weird, but they don't care if it's weird as well. They low key always wanna explore the coast, whatever. The fact that I go so quickly, the whole world is almost discovered. Like literally, all of Africa could be discovered. Literally, the whole world could be discovered right now. But I decide not. I decide not to do that. Make the series not fun at all. And how would they discover the world in less than 5 seconds? And well, we have another tree, which between the orange and the red team, making this border, and the orange team is like, yeah, I'm fine with you getting practically all the land. I don't want to expand anyway. That's the reason why I broke away from you. If you didn't expand like that, you would have still had me. And then the red team saw some like, I don't think your land was that valuable anyway. So the orange team is now like, uh, you just got insulted by the oldest country in the world. So with that happening, a lot of teams are like, yeah, I don't want to be insulted ever again by the oldest country, so might as well just join the oldest country. And then the orange team was like, dog, what? That's fair. Because it's the red team. Always has to be the red team. So the orange team was like, you know what? Bet. Now they have their backstory. They hate the red team. Like they talk to each other, but they really just want to kill the leader, low key. And well, now people can be 25 years old. They and the red team. Actually, they can't because the caucuses. But a little slither of crazy people go up to. Now people are not pumping. It's that little slither of crazy people. And since the mountains are gone, they can explore a little bit more. Reaching up to find that this is not connected to any sea. Any. So yeah. The yellow team makes a landing or discovers Europe. This is Europe. Okay, but like mainland. Actually, mainland is like there. This is like Outland dish. Sorry. And then well, yeah. They have help. Holy stutter. They have help by red team, like little help. So and they have word of an ocean, and that ocean is found. It's just more of the Mediterranean. It's more of this ocean. I just bit my tongue. And yeah, this video is getting super long. That's why there's a lot of things accomplished. I feel like this one is better than the old one. The yellow team's like, okay, I need to stop saying that. They explore all of that. Then they grab this, that, what the frick. This, I'm not gonna lie, I hate this. Okay, yeah, that, all that. Okay, it didn't change. But, yeah. They go up the coast, and eventually, um, a country kind of forms. A country forms in the south of this little island of Greece. They grab these islands and they start to expand. rapidly up to in Greece. They expand in Greece, and well, yeah, the yellow team is like, yo, shoot, this country is getting big. I need to get some of this, and they get some of this until the people are like, no, just stay in here, just stay in here, and they're like, nope, we need to get land. 20 is too big. We need to get land. And this leaves just like, you're like, you're gonna regret this. So, these like, there's just like pop-ups of these little things that want to join the red team. That's not expanding curtain. The rest is like just, I want to be our own nation. Own nation. And it severs their like connection. They still got this, but then a thing pops up over here, which now really severs, because sea travel, not that advanced. Not really safe to go through there, so that's big. Um, didn't someone didn't someone swim from here all the way to here, or like all the way to Crete or Cyprus? I feel like they swam from here to here. They stopped, took a breath, and then to here. I feel like that's what they did. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why they just didn't like go to Cyprus. Had money, but I don't know what their financial situation is. Um, also as parts of this, like they just didn't listen. The LTs didn't listen. You know what I'm saying? And also, just have another thing pop up, which is just I want to be an own country too. It's just genuinely like just right here, and you like the orange pop up, like they want to be their own country, but they don't want to be part of the orange stuff. So the yellow team's like, okay, okay, we'll give you your independence, and the red people who want to be with the red, you can be with the red team. And this just started from it's rapidly exploring for land for a place you're not even familiar with. So this whole thing, this whole province, actually, like the little thing here, they didn't know what they were fighting for, so they're just gonna join the red team, make them bigger, and also this part, and now the yellow team's annoyed with the red team. They also grab this, like, so yeah, um, this orange team is like, okay, how are we gonna figure this out? Like this. And they're like, well, at least we race for the brown team. They're like, what brown team? This one, which looks really ugly. And the red team's like, bro, can I just invade them? They're like, might as well, bro. They're like, alright. And they use their people. They use their people in their hands, punch them out, knock them out. And it's just this blob left. So they're like, hey, let's divide this guy up. So they're like, okay, I want this. The red team. Oh, they want this, clearly. Like it's what they want. Not what they need. They want. Right? So it's like, why do you want to invade this land if you don't want anything? Alright. So they start their invasions. This country's fried, cooked even. Just jelly beans for you, bro. The strongest nation is invading you. Yo, if a nuke was coming your way, what would you do? I would move to another country just in time. At the last second. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What is hold up, guys. What is that like? Oh, why is it getting me? No, guys, that's a nuclear bomb. Goodbye. Uh, this will be the last of me. But I'll just have just in time to like post this. And no nuclear bomb. I mean, nuclear bombs are just coming at me that are not real and they're imaginary. So yeah. And then the red team's like, all right, we're done expanding. Let's just make this border. So yeah, they're done expanding in the Middle East because they're still going after taking all of Turkey. So after that little deal, they're just like, yo, give me this or all your things are dying, all your people. They're like, okay, okay. So they completely kicked them out of thing of Asia. I'd say, yeah, Asia. And now they have the whole Turkish peninsula. And then they're like, give me this. Give me this so I could own this strait. So when these raft things are more advanced, people could get through here and here. They're like, yeah, heck yeah. Okay. The yellow team is stubborn. They're like, nah, I hate the red team. They die. They hope the leader dies. Not the red team. Um, well, something's happening. Because these countries are like, alright, yeah, crazy people are now. Because they say every person who's crazy come up and they know they're crazy. They come up. They say you have to explore Caucasus Mountains. They're like, alright. And the orange team is like, or the orange team, what they do is this thing, which will lead them into the greatest war ever. It's like it's literally just insane because they said we would promise we wouldn't expand too much, and you're breaking that promise. So of course, a lot of provinces that looks like a gun. A lot of provinces will just break away or try and break away. Say fully can. And the biggest out of the bunch, just this one. And well, the orange team is fried because well they get severed from that. Well, actually, this little thing is genuinely fried, cooked even. But this large piece is like, guys, we know work together. They're still not severed from this. It's just a long passage. So they're like, hey, red team, you want some free land? They're like, sure. So, yeah, now they're really cooked. Because they just got severed from this piece of land. Which the red team is gonna just run in and take. The red team is really doing all the heavy lifting. The purple, like, rebellion was not doing stuff. And it's about time they figure out that this little thing wanted to join it, and now they're back, and they somehow find out that guns exist because they made guns. No, I'm just kidding. Guns still don't exist. They're using stuff, bro. I don't know what they're using. I'm not gonna lie, I think they're just using people. I think they're just throwing them out there, and whoever can like just run the farthest. That means it would just be like this type of mess. Like if like a bunch of people just had to run to claim the land, it'd be this type stuff. Like no one fights. Like it'd be mad messy. But no, they have to fight. Can't just like run in. Be dead. They have to fight to get it. And the red team's like cooking them. And eventually they cut off this part, which is a pretty. It's not big, but it's like, alright. That's what she said. Um, this part is still severed from this part. And the red team's like, alright, we need to send troops over there. Which they can't, because the boats are not that tech advanced. So they can't. And also they start spearhead splitting the country. Like you see how large this country was? Actually, it's not even that large compared to the red team. You see how like state like you see how promised they were to not expanding that much. Like they could expand, but not at that type of scale. They just take it. And this little area is finally captured. Yorn seems like, what did I do, bro? And yeah, the orange team is officially done. The orange team learns their lesson, and they're gonna get divided up. And in this peace treaty, I'm just gonna show you what happens. They are forced out of their main area, and well, purple team and red team are now amazing allies, but they won't talk to each other at all anymore in the series, as this was a one-time alliance. So it's a good deal and done. So the purple team takes majority of this land, and the rest of the orange team, actually, you know what? The orange team is gonna lose even more land. So the rest of the orange team is like, okay, we need to move up, I guess. And when they do this, this population's like, yeah, we just fought a civil war and an outside power, so they couldn't win that war anyway, because that was just too much land lost. So well, now they're just on in the Caspian. The purple team's like, haha, you suck, and the red team's like, haha, you suck, you suck. Then the red team's like, all right, let's go more land. So I need to stop saying, oh, like. This country, like. Ah. So the orange team, uh, orange team's leader says, um, we must expand to grow. We must like. Let me stop saying like. Guys, you know what? Let me just not commentate. I'm just kidding. Sorry for the massive moment sounds. But I'm actually gonna like make borders for these guys. Oh my gosh. Like 100, the size of 100 is like larger than Europe. I bet you. So these borders are gonna actually, hold up, before I do that, just make them explored. And well, the orange team and the yellow team work abbreviation, work something out. Which will look like this. Oh yeah. Okay. So they're like, I'm not gonna lie, red team. Let's work together to take out the yellow team. And let's force them just up here. So the green team starts to invade. And the yellow team is like, bro, you just started. Then the red team is like, yeah, no, you just started, but I didn't just start. I started 1,000 years ago. So now the yellow team's like, really, bro? Right. I need to stop having to say it. It is like. And the green team helps the red team. It's not all, just all on their own. And let's see what this little deal will look like. It's not a peace deal, but and that's kind of what it looks like. I'm actually gonna like work out this border. They border practically no one. They only border two people. And the yellow team says, "You guys, let me just have this, please." So, and also that means I don't like freaking border. So yeah, and that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, as I enjoyed it very much. I'll see you later. I love y'all. God bless you. Bye bye.